A Choch is a change of direction, and we use this type of structure break as an early indication of a change rather than a confirmation of direction. As we saw in the fractal section, as price continues to move and create fractal structures, when the price completes its move, it may start to change direction. The Choch will be the first signal that alerts us of this change. A Choch occurs when the nearest low in a bullish trend or a high in a bearish trend is broken. Think of it as a change in wind speed. Changing in wind speed can be a signal that it might start to rain, but it doesn't necessarily mean it will. While a Choch is a good indicator, we need more confirmation to add it to our bias. Keep in mind that Chochs will appear in the right and wrong places on the charts. We will only be looking for Chochs at high probabilities point of interest, which we'll learn how to spot in upcoming lessons. Hello guys, so I just want to do a quick video here so we can go over the concept of the Chochs, because this will be very important because we'll be using in all of our time frames, including the analysis, the 15-minute, 4-hour daily, and the 1 minute for the entries. So I just want to go over this with you guys, like a little practice. Just the first thing, let's remember that for the fractal breaks, we don't need a candle body close. We just need a wick. So every time, like here, right? So every time the next candle doesn't break below this, which means if like every time a candle does not break with at least 1 micro pip below the next candle, that's considered a fractal structure. All right, so I'll just be playing here with the bar replay so we can be looking at how it works. So as you see here, like starting on the first one, the first candle, the next one already broke above. The second candle already broke above. Third candle, the same, you see. So there's no fractal structure here yet. So the same. And you see that sometimes this candle can be like a, let's say this is on a bullish move, but sometimes the candle you see here, like it has, like, even though this is a bearish candle, this one is still broke above this one. So like this could just like continue up and continue the move, and this wouldn't be a fractal structure. Now it is, because this one didn't break above this one. So right now, let me just pause here for a second. So as you can see, like after this one, this next candle, it didn't break above this. So this is a fractal structure already. So now we gotta see what is the nearest candle, like the nearest low candle that didn't break the next candle, you know. So like as you can see, like after this, all of these ones, they broke above. So it's the same concept as the push, pull back, and push. So this would be our most recent lows for the Choch. Let's see how it plays out as we continue. Yeah, you see, like even this one, it broke above there. So this is still continuation. So this would be like the continuation of the higher highs on the fractal, you see. So once these lows here are broken, like you just saw there, now we have a bearish Choch. So this would be, let's see here, I'm getting out of space, but I'll just put a Choch here. Choch, oops. Yeah, so this is now our Choch. Like I said, because this one didn't break above this, so it did a pullback here and broke above. Now the most recent low, it's this. So now we have a bearish Choch. And now remember that a Choch is just a a signal that price might just start pulling back, but it doesn't need to. It could just do a higher high here and then continue up. But this is a good indication, so we can wait for like the pullback, and then price can start to do like a bigger pullback to maybe these areas to then continue up. Okay, so continuing here, same thing. So as you can see, this candle broke below this, so this would be our first the candle that didn't break. And so now we had this candle broke below this, and it pulled back and it broke above that one. So this would be a fractal break to the upside, you know, because this was a pullback, then it broke below, and then it broke the most recent high on this bearish move. So right now we would have this as our low and this as our high. But as you can see, this, you're gonna learn later that this was just a sweep of liquidity to continue the move. Like, that's why I was saying that the CHoCH will happen in the wrong and the right place. And so we're just gonna be like looking at these CHoCHs on a very very high probability point of interest that price may start to change, because a CHoCH can, I mean, a break of fractal structure can happen like in the middle of a move, but we are not looking at that. We just want to use the CHoCH as the change of direction. So it's just gonna be happening. I mean, we're just gonna be looking at these types of movements, the CHoCH, at these high probability places. So as we continue, the same. So price just continues down, and let me see if I can speed it up a little more. Yeah, you see, so price continue to break below. I put on the 10x. All right, so as we continue to move down, so you see like this one broke, but this one didn't break, so this would be a pullback. And now this one is a little interesting because we had like this huge doji candle, which is like an indecision candle. But the same, like, you gotta think as the candle formation as like a push and pullback. So this, you can see that this was a pullback, and then there was a break, and then we had a break to the upside here. And like I said, it all depends on the volatility of the market. And you see like these huge or crazy candles, but you need to be able to read the market and the structure as it is. And as you can see, when price broke all the way down here to mitigate something, a demand, which we're gonna learn later, then we had the CHoCH on the top here. I'll just grab that one. So we just had this CHoCH here, and then price did the same thing. So now we had this break, and we can continue to look for the move to continue. So as you can see, the same thing happened after the change of direction. So you can see that these two candles here did not break this low. So this was like, this is a very good example, because this is more like experienced. If you're experienced with this type of structure, you can see that price break, moved here down, pushed, pull back, push, and then we had this break, and then that was a pullback to continue up. So you can see right after the CHoCH, this price did not break below this, and so this was on a lower time frame. That you see that this was just a pullback to continue the move up. So let's see what happens next. Let's just look for another example, so just to nail this down. And same here again. We had this one didn't break, so now we have this one as our lowest point after this break, push, pull back and push, and this is our lowest point. So if price breaks this low, then we're gonna have a Choch. As you can see here, price try to break this high, because the job of this one would be to break this high, and you can see that price pulled back, pushed again, couldn't break this high, and then now it's moving. It seems like it's moving down. And what happens next? Let's see. And just let's see. Yeah, like right now we had another bearish Choch. Another great example here, because as you can see, like we only see like after this pullback and this push. So this is just a push. So this price here, I mean this movement here, it could have stayed inside this like pulling back for and kind of sideways for a long time, and still let me delete this, and still this would be the low and that will be the high. So anything that happens inside here, it doesn't matter, because we only gonna get a Choch when the fractal breaks this low here. So now we have our bearish Choch, which is like I said, just a signal that price may start to like make a bigger swing pullback to then continue up. So I think you guys got the point and how it works. You'll see different types of structure when you start trading. You'll see that price can come here and then start making higher internal lower lows, and then internal higher highs. And when if price would like fail to break this high, then we would like the nearest low would be this, and you would see like that price signal with the Choch here, the change, it would probably pull back to then continue the move down again and maybe take out this low. So this is a little more complex, but you guys get the point. And like this would be our Choch, you see, and the same here, low, high, low, high, and then this one didn't break this low, and then we had a Choch up here. This would be like an internal structure, but you got the point. All right, guys, so let me know later if you guys have any question, but I think this should explain this type of structure that we mentioned before.